What is up, guys? Emmanuel Jones here, and we back at with another prediction. And this time we'll be doing our Week 8 predictions. So last week I went 7-7. I went 7-7, which I did kind of good last week, but I don't think I did enough. My overall record is 62-45, which I did good. So yeah. So before I get to my record predictions for Week 8, don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below who you think's going to win. So, yeah. So, we got the Chiefs and Chargers on a bye week this week, which both of these two teams in the same division out on a bye, which that's great. But in this game, I chose the Bucs to win 28-24. And they lost 27-22, which I got that one wrong. So yeah, which I did not really do that. I did not do really well on that game. So yeah. So by the way, we're gonna get things started. Next game first game we have a London game. We have the Denver Broncos versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville's favored by 2.5. I'm gonna keep this one a little short. Now, I believe this game right here is gonna go either way. Now when I'm looking to this game, I mean, I call it trap game for some reason because both of these two teams suck. Because here's the thing: the Broncos have been really bad this year, and they're on a losing streak, and so is the Jaguars, which they've been bad this year. So yeah. So yeah. So by the way, I think this game right here is gonna be interesting though, but I feel like Jacksonville is one of these teams where they like to run the football. Like they're one of these teams that kind of makes mistakes. Sometimes their offense, because sometimes they just don't do a good job on offense because they turn the ball over, they get too many threes and outs, and Trevor Lawrence is like he's making bad throws where he's missing open guys down the field and all that. And Doug Peterson, is coaching like he's getting out coach every game where, due to his decision, he wants to go for it every time. While the Broncos, they have not been on a roll lately, which they could be one of the worst offenses in the league where, they can't score points, and Jacksonville's playing a team that can't score points. But I think Jacksonville is gonna do a good job, running the football on them, especially with Travis Etienne, which Jacksonville really showed a lot of fight against the Giants, where they almost scored on them, but they failed due to a stop. So yeah, but I think the Broncos have a good game plan in this game. I think the Broncos defense has been very solid, but just the offense has just been not very good lately. But they can't really run the football. They can't pass the football really well. Russell Wilson, he's making bad throws. But here's the thing. If Russ plays in this game, I might go with the Broncos, but if he doesn't, I might go with Jacksonville. But I'm taking the Broncos because I just think the Broncos are just more talented. They have a better defense. They got a better quarterback, and they got more receivers. So, yeah. So, I just don't think Jacksonville's going to have an answer for Jerry Jeudy or Courtland Sutton or KJ Hamler and those guys. I feel like those guys are going to have a big game, though. But But Denver's almost feels like a team where, where they're kind of like trading players, where they're putting players on the block, which I heard rumors about it. But I think Denver finds a way to win this game closer. But I think it's going to be close, though. But I'm going to take them to win, but I'll not take them to cover. So I'm gonna say this game right here, it's gonna be a little bit ugly. It's not gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna say maybe the Broncos win like 17-13, something like that. So I say maybe they win by like 4 points or something like that, or maybe like 3. I mean, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think both defenses are gonna like perform really well. So yeah. And I just don't think Jacksonville has much of a wide receiver to at least dice out the Broncos defense. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Broncos to win, but I'll take the Jags to cover. All right, next game we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favored by 4.5. I'm gonna keep this one a little bit short. Now, Atlanta is coming off an embarrassing loss against the Bengals, and the Panthers are coming off a big win against the Bucks. Now, I believe this game is going to be fun to watch because here's the thing. The Panthers showed a lot of fight against Tampa Bay. They kept them out of the end zone. PJ Walker was playing good. They had guys open. The offense was performing really well. And the defense played very outstanding, though. While the Falcons, they did not look pretty hot versus the Bengals because all they just did, they literally had no answers due to the fact that Jamar Chase was going off. So, yeah. And the Bengals offense went off, and the defense, they gave answers for the Falcons. So, yeah. So, I expect this game right here to be competitive and a lot closer. But I'm going to take the Falcons to win because they're at home. And plus, I just really think that their defense, I feel like Atlanta's defense kind of underrated. I think Arthur Smith is going to have a good game plan. He's going to give the Panthers offense problems. So, yeah. So, I got the Falcons to win, but I'll take the points with the Panthers. So, yeah. I'll say the Falcons win like 27-24, something like that. So, yeah. So, I got the Falcons to win and the Panthers to cover. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys is favored by 9.5. Now, this is a very interesting game, though. Now, the Bears are coming off a big win against the Patriots, and Dallas coming off a big win against the Lions. So, I kind of felt like this game right here is going to be fun to watch. Now, I like what the Bears did last week against the Patriots. Justin Fields, he's starting to play really good. They're starting to get more players involved, like Herbert and Montgomery, and they got St. Brown and Dante Pettis. And Mooney's been very good lately. So the Bears' offense is starting to look pretty good, and they've been starting to run the football really well, and also the offensive line is starting to get a lot better now after adding a tackle, which to like fix the interior, to fix the offensive line. But I feel like Dallas is probably going to have to get tested here. So, yeah, which the defense, is facing against the Bears offense. So, yeah, and also the Bears, I feel like their secondary is kind of underrated because all they like to do, they play man coverage. They like to blitz a lot. So, I feel like Dallas offense might have to get tested here, and I feel like they're going to have to find a way to figure out how they're going to be able to attack the Bears secondary. Like I think with Kellen Moore's offense, he's been doing a good job offensively, like moving the ball. Like, they like to pass the ball on people, and they like to run the football as well. So, yeah. But I kind of feel like that the Cowboys defense, I feel like it's a bad match for the Bears because I feel like the Cowboys defensively, I think their defense is going to have to find a way to at least like slow down the Bears' offense. And I feel like they can give the Bears a lot of problems. Because I just don't. And also, the Cowboys have an explosive offense, which they like to pass the ball. CeeDee Lamb, it could be a difference maker in this game. Tony Pollard can too. So the Cowboys' offense are getting more players involved in this game as well. So I think this game right here is going to be very close and very competitive. But I'm going to take the Cowboys here because I just think the Cowboys are just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback, the better coaching staff. They're at home. I mean, I'm taking the Cowboys to win, but I like the 9.5 points though. But I feel like this number is kind of big. So I'm just going to say that the Cowboys win like 27-20, something like that. So I'm saying that the Bears will cover this game. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to win and the Bears to cover. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Detroit Lions. Miami is favored by 3.5. Now I'm going to keep this one short and simple. You already know who I'm picking. I got the Dolphins to win this game because there is a more complete team. They have a better coach, the better quarterback. I mean, there's no chance I'm taking the Lions in this game from a standpoint. And Dan Campbell has been bad. Like, he's been finding game he's not been coaching really good. Where, he's not been finding his ways to win. Where, they've been they keep it close, but sometimes they just blow it. But Dan Campbell has lost 4 of his 5 games, 3 of his 4 games, where he goes to the podium trying to say, that's on me. So, which I think the Dolphins offensively can. I feel like the Lions defense has several injuries, especially in the secondary. So, the Dolphins gotta win and they gotta cover, and Tua has to play better. When you when you're playing against an injured secondary, and when you got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, those weapons, they're gonna make some plays. So the softness of the Lions is gonna allow the Dolphins to run over them. So yeah, especially they're more explosive. But I just kind of feel like that the Dolphins are. I mean, the Lions, I feel like they might move the football really good, especially with DeAndre Swift and St. Brown, which that kind of helps. But the thing is that, they're playing against a defense that's very strong. And plus, the Dolphins are playing, and plus, they're gonna find ways, to blitz, take away the passing game, get them uncomfortable and all that. So yeah, I think the Dolphins are gonna win, but I'll take the Dolphins to cover. I don't really know the Lions if I can trust the Lions to keep it close, but if long as is a coach better, but I think they'll keep it close. So I'm gonna take the Lions to win. I'll take the Dolphins to win and the Dolphins to cover. So I say Dolphins win 24-13, something like that. So yeah. So give me the Dolphins to win and the Lions to cover. I'll take the Dolphins to win and the Lions to. I'll take the Dolphins to win and the Dolphins to cover. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 3.5. Now, I'm going to keep this one a little bit short. Now, I think this game can go either way now. Now, I kind of feel like some people I heard one person say they're going to pick the Cardinals to win because sometimes they play the Vikings tough. But here's the thing. Minnesota is coming off a bye. So which that kind of means that the Vikings, they got to be prepared for this game. So yeah, And when I look at the Cardinals, they showed a lot of fight against the Saints. I mean, they was able to move the ball against them. And they've been starting to get D Hop involved. I mean, D Hop has looked great. So yeah. So I just kind of really feel like that. Feel like that the Cardinals offense. So I just kind of feel like the Cardinals offense, they're gonna move the football like they did last week. And plus I feel like their defense is a little bit underrated. I mean the coaching with their schemes, with Vance Joseph, which he's like really good at scheming things up defensively with his schemes, like calling plays like with his blitzes, playing cover two, like getting you in a tough position. Yeah, but I kind of feel like that the Vikings might get a little bit tested here on defense. And plus their defense is underrated, but I feel like they're gonna get tested here because I kind of feel like they're facing D Hop. So yeah. And plus, I don't really think the Cardinals secondary is that good at, and also they're playing against a tough duo. They're playing against a wide receiver group of Thielen and Jefferson, which Justin Jefferson is probably going to go off in this game, which he's probably going to have a good game against, which he's going to like run off for, like, he's probably going to get like a lot of catches in this game. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on where they'll line him up. So I think Minnesota's defense is going to give the Cardinals offense a lot of problem, which I think. So I just kind of feel like that the offensive line. So I just kind of feel like the Vikings are going to push them around on offense, and I feel like the defense is going to give pressure and give Kyler a tough time. But I kind of like how the Cardinals kind of match up with the Vikings, though. But if this game was in Arizona, I might roll the Cardinals here. But since it's in Minnesota, I'm taking the Vikings here because we know Minnesota's a tough out in the B at, and the stadium's underrated. So yeah, but it's kind of tough to say that a rookie coach coming off a bye can win, but I don't really think it matters. But I think that like a rookie coach can win coming off a bye. So I'm gonna take the Vikings to win this game, but I'll take the points though. So I think it will be a lot closer than we expected. So I said the Vikings win like 24-17, something like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Vikings to win and the Cardinals to cover. All right, next game we have the Saints versus Raiders. Raiders are favored by 2 points. I think I had it wrong, so I'm gonna try to switch it. All right, there's much better. So the game's in New Orleans, so yeah. So I expect this game to be a lot interesting, though. Now, the one thing is that what I like with about the Saints is that Andy Dalton did not look pretty good versus the Cardinals, which he had like 2 pick-6, and then the offense couldn't really move the football. The defense couldn't really stop, which the Cardinals offense was able to push them around and all that. So yeah, but I kind of feel like that the Saints could be a bad matchup for the Raiders because the Saints defense is slightly underrated. And plus, they like to play man coverage. They like to get pressure. They like to blitz. So I feel like that the Raiders offense is going to have a test here. So yeah. But I kind of do like that the Saints can match up well with the Raiders as well. But especially, I just kind of really feel like that the Raiders defense might get pushed around because They don't really have a good secondary. But I kind of feel that, that the Saints kind of have a lot of injuries on offense. We get it, but it's despite the injuries, there's some games that they've been looking good and they have not been looking good. But Michael Thomas, he might not play this game, and Landry may not play this game. But they're trying to figure out who their number one wide receiver is. So, yeah, they have to at least figure that out. So yeah, I mean they have not played since so they haven't played since early in the season. So yeah, but I think the Raiders defense match up well with the Saints really good. I think they can get pressure. They can slow down Kamara in that rushing attack. But I kind of think that the Saints quarterback position has been a little bit weak. Now we already know Andy Dalton's gonna get another start again. So yeah, we're probably gonna see how well he plays. But if long as the Saints, if they can stay competitive in this game, they might keep it close and they might have a chance to win. But I just kind of have a feeling that I almost can't really trust the Saints because they're just they have not finding ways to win. So yeah. I mean, the defense, I feel like their defense is a little bit overrated. So I feel like that their defense might get pushed around, which I think the Raiders are going to do a good job running the football. And Josh McDaniels, he's a great offensive coach where he likes to call plays, like he likes to run the ball, where he likes to go for it on fourth down. And he just likes passing the ball as well. So I kind of feel like the Saints defense is going to have a test here. So I feel like Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller will be tough to cover. So yeah. So I think this game right here is going to be interesting, but I think it might be a lot closer than we expected to. But even though they're New Orleans, I don't think it matters. I got the Raiders to win because the Raiders are just a more complete team. And plus, they have a better offense as well. And they got the better coach. I mean, I can't trust Dennis Allen right now. I mean, I feel like Dennis Allen is probably way too predictable. So I'm taking the Raiders to win, but I will take the points. So that being said, I got the Raiders win this game. I'm gonna say they win like 26-23. Now I call it a trap game for some reason, but I don't know. So yeah, so I got the Raiders to win and the Saints to cover. Next game we have the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Patriots are favored by 2. Now I'm gonna keep this one a little short now. Now we already know that the Patriots are coming off a big loss against the Bears, and the Jets are coming off a win against the Broncos. Now, we already know both these two teams are like heading their ways. The Patriots kind of look like the worst team in that division, while the Jets are looking pretty good. But I'm gonna take the Patriots here. I mean, I just don't think the Jets are gonna beat them. The Jets. The Patriots just own the Jets, and they just keep beating the Jets. I just don't think the Jets match up well with the Patriots really good. And especially Bill Belichick is a guy who likes to confuse a young quarterback, which, even though Zach Wilson's not a rookie, Bill Belichick is one of these guys who he likes to like confuse young quarterbacks. And he can confuse an offense as well. So yeah, I expect the Patriots to move the football. I expect their defense to come out strong. But I feel like they could get ran on a little bit and get pushed around because the Jets offense, even without Breece Hall, I feel like that can definitely change their running game. But I know they added James Robinson to the replacement. But I feel like the Jets are going to move the football against them too. But I don't really think they're going to do enough to win. So I'm going to take the Patriots to win, but I'll not take them to cover. But I'd say the Patriots win like 24-21, something like that, more like a 3-point game. So I think it could be a little bit of a defensive game. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Patriots to win and just to cover. And plus, I don't know who we don't. I don't care who's playing this game. Right? It's Mac Jones and Bailey Zapp. I mean, Patriots find a way. Patriots we need to win this game if they want to get in the playoff picture. So yeah, get the Patriots. So I take the Patriots to win and the Jets to cover. Next game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 10. Whoa, that's a kind of a big number. I'm going to keep this short and simple. Now, Philadelphia's coming off a bye, and Steelers are coming off a loss against the Dolphins. Now, I kind of feel like that the Steelers defense might be prepared to play this Eagles team, but I don't really know if they will. Now, without TJ Watt, the Steelers defensive line has been looking like really weak. Like it's been looking really weak since he's been gone. So yeah. So I expect the Eagles to push them around, run the football, like pass the ball on them. Like I don't think the Steelers are gonna have answers for AJ Brown or Devonta Smith or Dallas Goedert. I mean, Fitzpatrick can cover him, but I don't think the Steelers have any corners that can cover those receivers. So I feel like that the Eagles are just going to give the Steelers a tough time. And plus, they added Robert Quinn to that defensive line, which I believe that can find a way to, like, disrupt their offensive line. And then they have a strong secondary, which they can really play man coverage in this game. So maybe Darius Slay can probably cover Deontay Johnson. And Bradbury can cover Claypool. And maybe CJ Gardner-Johnson can cover Fairmouth. So, yeah, but I feel like the news is that the Steelers could be trading Chase Claypool. I don't really know. But I got the Eagles winning this game because they're just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback. They're at home. I mean, I can't take the Steelers to win. There's no way I'm taking the Steelers to win because I feel like that the Steelers, I mean, they suck. They can't score points. I mean, the offensive line is a mess. The defense is just overrated. It's been a mess since TJ Watt's been gone. I mean, Kenny Pickett seems like he's not a great quarterback. He did not look good against the Dolphins. He had 3 picks, which that's kind of crazy to say. But I don't think there's no way I'm taking them to cover this game because I got the Eagles easily win this game and easily covering. So I got the Eagles winning 34-16 like in a blowout win. Especially a rookie quarterback on the road facing against an elite defense like Philly, there's no way that's going to happen. That's kind of tough to say, so the Eagles should easily win and easily cover. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Titans are favored by 2. Now, I'll keep this one a little short. Now, I think this game right here could definitely go either way as well. Now, I believe they changed the spread a little bit. But I just don't know why. So, I'm going to change it a little bit. That's much better. Houston's favorite for a reason. Like, I don't know why. There's no way in hell that Houston should be favored over the Titans. There's no way it can happen because think about it. The Titans should not change the spread because the Titans should be favored to win. Should be favored in this game over the Texans because the Titans are the only team the Titans are just the best team in the AFC South right now, and the Texans are definitely the worst team in the league. There's no way I'm taking Houston to win this game. I'm taking Tennessee because I don't care who's playing in this game. I don't care if Tannehill's out, but I feel like Tennessee's gonna win because they're just the more complete team, and they have the better coach. So yeah, and I believe they're gonna move the football on the Texans. They're gonna pass the ball on them. which they're going to get Robert Woods and Traylon Burks involved. They're probably going to get Austin Hooper involved as well. And Derrick Henry, he's probably going to rush for 1,000 yards. So, yeah, especially they're playing against a Texans team who they can't stop the run and can't stop the pass on anybody. And Houston is a team where they're trading players, which means they could be putting players on the block or something like that. And whoever knows, Brandon Cooks could be traded. So yeah. So yeah, I believe the Texans are just a rebuilding team because I feel like they haven't been the same team. So yeah, they're just the worst team in the league. But the thing is that the Titans are starting a rookie, but I don't really know how well Malik Willis is going to look against the Texans defense. But it could be a low scoring game. I don't really know. But I got the Titans to win this game, but I'll take the Titans to cover. So I said in a semi blowout they win 27-17. So yeah, give me the Titans to win and the Titans to cover. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders versus Indianapolis Colts. Indy's favored by 3. Now, I'm keep this one short. Now, I call it a trap game because here's the thing. The reason why I call it a trap game is because because both these two teams are playing against backup quarterbacks. But some people are picking the Colts to win, and some people are picking Washington. Some people are taking Washington to win because Taylor Heinicke could be the better backup quarterback. I mean, Taylor Heinicke, I've been impressed with him. Like, he has not been playing bad lately. Like he was able. Washington was able to put up a fight against the Packers. I mean, I thought their defense played outstanding. The offense was playing really well. Terry McLaurin had a big game. While the Colts, they benched Matt Ryan, and I don't really know who the backup quarterback is. I mean, I don't know Sam Ehlinger. Like, I don't know who that is. But I don't really know what he's going to look like in this game. But I'm probably going to see. But even though it's in India, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take Washington to win because I just kind of really think that Washington has a better backup quarterback. And plus, I feel like Taylor Heinicke is the only backup quarterback who I know. So yeah, so I kind of feel like that the defense is gonna like find a way to like play the run really good. I feel like they can find a way to slow down Jonathan Taylor in that rushing attack. So yeah, I think they can do a good job doing that. So yeah. And plus, I just kind of really feel like that the Colts offense will struggle. So I just don't know. Like, if Washington, if they don't go stud after stud after stud, they're probably gonna get ran on. I kind of feel like the Colts might get ran on a little bit. I feel like Washington might get ran on a little bit because Jonathan Taylor is kind of the best running back. He'll probably go for like 1,000 yards a game and probably get a lot of carries. So yeah, because they're a good running team. And then their defense, I feel like they can keep it competitive. I think they can match up with the Commanders really good because they have a strong secondary with Gilmore in there, which I think he can cover McLaurin. And then maybe Kenny Moore can cover Dawson if he plays. And maybe the safety Julian Blackman can cover Logan Thomas. So, yeah. So, their defense can do a good job slowing down the run. But I just kind of feel like that the Colts offensive line is kind of overrated. So, I feel like Washington's defensive line can find a way to get pressure. And probably find a way to at least, at least like disrupt their run game. So yeah. But if Matt Ryan, if he was playing this game, if Matt Ryan, if he played in this game, I think the Colts win. But due to the fact that Matt Ryan is benched for the season, I kind of feel like that is going to hurt them a lot. And yeah, and it's going to. So I'm taking the Washington Commanders to win due to the fact that Matt Ryan's not playing. So I'm going to take Washington to win, but I'll take the points with the Colts. So yeah, I like the 3 points. So I'd say it's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to get pretty. I think it will be ugly. I'm going to say like Washington wins like 20-17, like a 3-point game. So I'm going to say the Washington Commanders win and the Colts cover. All right, next game we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams. San Francisco favored by 1. I'm going to keep this one a little bit short. Now, I call this a trap game for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like the reason why I call it a trap game because I didn't know who to pick because first of all, I was going to go to the Niners and I was going to go to the Rams. Now, lots of people are probably going to pick the Niners because they think the Niners are just a better team and they just own like McVay. But even though the game's in LA, I don't think it matters. I got the Niners winning this game because I just kind of feel like that the Niners are just. I just feel like they just keep beating the Rams, and plus, they've been 7. They're 7-0 against. They've been 7-0 against the Rams in the regular season. I mean, they have not lost to McVay since like 2018. So, yeah. And plus, they lost in the playoffs. So, yeah. I expect this game to be closer, though, than we expected to. I mean, I just don't think I can take the Rams in this game because I don't know. I don't know if I can trust the Rams, but there's no reason why. But I just kind of feel like the reason why I'm taking the Niners because I feel like the Niners just keep beating the Rams. So, yeah. And plus, they match up well with the Rams really good. Because they have a defensive line that can get pressure. And, they have. And their offense is very strong. So, yeah, they moved the ball really well against the Rams defense. So, I kind of felt the Rams defense might get pushed around. And plus, the Rams are probably going to have a test here. Because they're playing against an offense that's very good, strong, and they're playing against a defense that's strong. But look here. The Niners, they did not look really well against the Chiefs. Because here's the thing. The offense did not look pretty good. And also, they got pushed around. Because all they just did, they just let Mahomes throw the ball for like over 400 yards. And they were letting guys open. I mean, yeah, their defense did not look pretty. So, yeah. So, and also while the Rams, I kind of feel like that their offense, I feel like the Rams are kind of a little inconsistent. Their offense is not looking the same. Stafford seemed like he's still hurt. The offensive line is pretty weak. And the defense, it's okay, but not great. But they can stop the run, but I don't know about the pass. So, yeah, but I feel like, but we know that Debo's not going to play in this game, so I really don't care who's playing, who's not playing. I got the Niners to win, but I'm going to keep this. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I'll not take them to cover, but I'm going to say it's going to be close, sir, because I think the Rams showed a lot of fight against the Panthers. And plus, we understand they're coming off a bye and all that, but I just don't really know if I can trust the Rams to beat the Niners. Like, I don't know if they can. So, by the way, I'm going to say that it's going to be closer, but it might be a defensive game. I feel like the Rams defense plays a lot better in this game. And plus, I feel like they're going to move the football. So, yeah. They're probably going to get more players involved because last week they have Allen Robinson involved. So, yeah. So, I feel like, and Van Jefferson's coming off IR, so he should be back for this game. So, they're probably going to get a lot of players involved in this game. So, yeah. So, I feel like as long as the Rams don't play garbage, then I think they keep it close. But I just kind of feel, I understand the game's in LA, but I just kind of feel like the Rams are just, I just kind of feel like the Niners are just a better team. And I just kind of feel like, that Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy G just own the Rams. I mean, they haven't lost to the Rams since, like, the playoffs. I mean, they haven't lost to them, like, in the regular season since, they haven't lost a game to the Rams since 2018 season. So, yeah. So, I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams win. So, yeah. But would I be shocked if they win? No, but I just kind of feel like the Niners are going to win this game. So, I'm taking the Niners to win this game 23-20. So, I'm going to say that the Niners, I'll take the Niners to win, but I'll take the Rams to cover. Next game, we have the New York Giants versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 3. I call it a trap game for some reason, but I don't really know. But I feel like it could go either way, but I didn't know what to choose. But I got the G-Man. I've taken the Giants here to win because I just kind of feel like the Giants, they just keep on winning. And plus, I just kind of feel like they have a better O-line, and they're just a better team. And plus, I feel like they have a better defense as well. I just kind of feel like Dayball's going to have a good game plan against Seattle's defense. And then I feel like Don Martindale, he's going to have a good game plan against the Seahawks as well. He's going to do a good job blitzing and playing cover, too, in this game. So I feel like the Giants' defense is going to do a good job getting pressure on Geno Smith. And, they can find a way to at least, slow down their running game. But I feel like that the injury of DK could hurt them a lot. But even if he doesn't play, that could lead them to the spot for the Giants to win this game. But I feel like it will be close. But I just kind of feel like the Giants are gonna move the football. Saquon's gonna is gonna run for a couple yards. And I just kind of feel like the defense is just gonna give the Seahawks offense a lot of problems, which I think they can force Geno Smith to hold on to the ball. They can force him into some bad situations. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Giants to win, but I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover. So, I'm going to say the Giants win 27-23, more like a 4-point game. So, yeah. So, I'm taking it. I know the game's in Seattle, but I just feel like the Giants are just a better team. So, I'm going to take the Giants to win, and I'll take the Seahawks to cover. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Buffalo Bills. Wow, Buffalo's favored by 11. But this is a lot of points. Now, I can't take the points. This is a big number. I don't know why. This spread is disrespectful. There's no way they're favored by a lot. There's no way I'm taking that the Buffalo could be favored by a lot of points. I don't understand why it's a lot of points. This is going to be fun to watch. But I kind of feel like both defenses can match up really good. Because I feel like that the Packers and Bills both have a faster defense. Which I think both defenses can really have a challenge here. And I feel like they both are going to have a test here because here's the thing. Because they both have a strong defenses and they both kind of have a good high-powered offense, but the Packers offense has been not looking really good right now. It's been looking like a disaster because here's the thing. They almost beat the Washington Commanders. Like, think about it. The Packers offense, they were staying competitive though, but they just didn't do enough to win because they couldn't get to the end zone. They were extending plays, putting together drives. So I feel like in this game, I think the Packers are going to move the football. But the thing is that, the receivers are a little bit inconsistent right now. I understand they're young, but they're a little inconsistent. So the Packers offense has not been looking really good lately. While, the Bills offense has a lot of speed. They have a high-powered offense because they got Diggs, Dawson Knox. They got Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie. So I believe the receiving core is definitely the best in football. So, I think they can really I feel like the Bills offense can do a good job. I feel like they do have a chance to at least, push the Packers around. Plus, the Packers defense, is a little bit overrated. They're in a spot where they can't stop a nosebleed. So, right now, the Packers defense stinks now because, they can't stop a nosebleed. So, which has been costing them games. While the Bills, I feel like that the Packers can match up well with the Bills really good because the Packers got a really good cornerback duo that can really cover the receivers of the Bills, but they can find their matchups, but I just don't really think they're going to be able to do it though because I just kind of feel like the Bills offense is a lot dangerous than you think. I feel like Diggs is probably going to go off for a couple yards and probably Gabe Davis. They're probably going to get a lot of players involved in this game. And plus, Buffalo's going to run the football on them as well. So, but the thing is that, the Packers won't have Allen Lazard, so that's going to be a huge blow to their offense. But, Allen Lazard's really not a good number one, but he's a really good D threat. It just depends on where they line him up at. Where they could definitely line him up in the slot, so, that's something that they can really do. But the thing is that, the Bills, I just don't know if their number one corner is going to be playing. But I feel like they do have a strong secondary, which I think they can do a good job taking away their passing game, shutting down receivers. And then also, their pass rush is very solid. So I believe that Buffalo, with their strong pass rush, I think they do have a chance to disrupt, the Packers' offensive line, and I think they do a good job disrupting. I think they'll do a better job disrupting their running game. So and plus, the Bills' defense, it's been looking pretty good, and plus, it's one of the best in the units. Like I said, what they like to do, they like to lock down receivers, they like to pressure people, and plus, they like to disrupt your running game. So I feel like the Bills are just going to give the Packers a tough time. And I feel that the Packers are going to get pushed around all that. And they might get ran on as well. So, so I don't really know if the Packers are going to be able to do that. Because if Aaron Rodgers, if the Packers offense, plays consistent football and start extending plays and putting together drives, then I think they might have a chance to at least keep it close and maybe if I have a chance to win. But I feel like if they can do that in the end of the game, control the clock and keep Josh Allen on the sidelines, Green Bay might have a chance to pull off this win. But I kind of really like the matchup for the Packers though, because the Packers offense can really. Because I thought the Packers can really move the football. Because I feel like they're a team, where they like to move the football and they like to pass the ball really well. Especially with their defense, They like to play good pat. They like to play the pass really good, and plus they like to disrupt the run game and get pressure. That's what they like to do. But we could definitely see the Bills get the Bills. We could definitely see them give the Bills offense a lot of issues. But I don't really know if they can do that. I just kind of feel like that Buffalo has the edge here in this game. So I'm gonna. But if this game was in Green Bay, I might roll with the Packers here to pull off the upset. But I'm gonna take the Bills here because they're at home, and plus they have the. I mean, I just can't trust the Packers right now because they're on a losing streak, and how the way they've been losing. I mean, how in the hell that they lost to the Washington Commanders? Like, how in the hell did they do that? Like, come on now, they should have won that game, but they blew it because they couldn't stop Taylor Heineke on the read option. Second of all, they couldn't get to the end zone due to the decisions. Now, Jack Del is due to like Jack Del Rio's decision where he made a better decision, on defense to stop them on third down. But you know what? The Bills are really good on third downs on both sides of the ball. In terms of third down, they like to force quarterbacks to hold on to the ball. They like to stop the run, stop the pass. That's what they like to do. But if the Packers double team Diggs, because if Diggs gets double teamed, the Packers might have a chance to win this game if Diggs gets double teamed. But I don't know. It could happen, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that because we know teams have struggled to cover Diggs because Diggs is just one of the best receivers in the game. So, yeah. So, the reason why that I can't trust the Packers because they're on a losing streak and all that. So, yeah. And plus, Buffalo is coming off a bye. So, I'm going to take the team who's at home and a team with a better quarterback. And also, the team, that's not slumping. So, yeah. And also, I just think Buffalo is just a more well-rounded team. So, I'm going to take the Bills to win, but I'm just going to take the points here because I feel like that 11 is a lot of points. So, I say it's going to be close, but I don't know if it's going to be high scoring. But if both offenses can perform really well in this game, I believe it will be high scoring. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a defensive game because both defenses are really good. And plus, I don't really think the Bills are going to get pushed around a lot, but I feel like they could get pushed around a little bit because of Aaron Rodgers. But I just kind of feel like that the Packers defense, I feel like it's going to get pushed around because of the high-powered offense and the fast speed that the Bills have. So I think they'll find a way to put together drives in this game. And Josh Allen, he's really good at extending plays. He's good at escaping pressure and all that. So, yeah. So I'm going to take the Buffalo. So I just think the Bills defense is going to make some plays here. And the offense is going to make some plays as well. So, yeah. So I'm going to say they keep it closer. So I'm going to say the Bills in like 24-20. So I feel like at the end of the game, I feel like they're going to find a way, to control the clock and control time, they're just gonna at least move the ball, control. They're gonna control the clock, and they're gonna keep Rodgers on the sideline. So yeah, so I feel like that's gonna give them a chance to win. So I got the Bills to win, but I'll take the Packers to cover. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. I believe this game is on Halloween. So, yeah, I believe this game right here is going to be fun to watch, but it could go a little bit either way, though. Now, I heard one person pick the Browns to win because they're at home and, because of them owning the Bengals, but but there's no way. There's no chance I'm taking the Browns here. Here, like I can't trust the Browns right now because they're on a losing streak, and how the way they've been losing, it's been starting to get worse for them. So I'm gonna take the Bengals because they're just a more complete team and they have a better quarterback, and plus they're just a team that's not really slumping. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm taking the Bengals. But here's the thing: I feel like it will be closer though because the receivers of Jamar Chase and Higgins are facing against a tough corner duel of Denzel Ward and and Greg Newsome. So I feel like the Bengals might have a little test here and there. So yeah, but the Browns defense, I feel like I kind of like how the Browns match up with the Bengals though, but I think they can match up with the Bengals really good. So I feel like their defense can get pressure, and I feel like the secondary can find a way to lock down the receivers. But the thing is that Jamar Chase is really going to be out for a little while. So with the loss of Chase, it's probably going to hurt them a lot. But I still think the Bengals can find a way to pass the ball on them, and I think they can move the football on them as well. So yeah, so T Higgins could be tough to cover as well. So but but and plus the Browns have a great running game, so I kind of feel like the Browns could definitely run the ball on them, especially run the ball on them. So yeah, so the Bengals might have a test on defense as well, but I don't know. So yeah, but I just kind of feel like that the Bengals defense can find a way to slow down Nick Chubb, get pressure, and plus the Browns passing game is very inconsistent. Like Amari Cooper is the only wide receiver they can deal with. So like I feel like they do have enough corners that who can cover him. So yeah, especially Amari Cooper, he's a good receiver, but I don't think he's been the same player. So yeah, so I mean if Deshaun Watson, if he was playing this game, I think the Browns win. So yeah, but you know what? Since it's not Watson in this game, I'm taking the Bengals because they're just the more complete team in this game, and plus they have a better. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much why. So I feel like Burrow's gonna have another good game on Halloween. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Bengals to win, but I will take the points though. Take the 3.5. So by the way, I feel like it will be closer, but I don't know if it's gonna be high scoring. But I feel like it. But if it's a defensive game, I feel like it will be ugly. But I think it's gonna be a little pretty. Like I say, the Bengals win 31-27, something like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Bengals to win, and I will take the Browns to cover. Well, that's all my predictions for Week 8. So hope you guys enjoy watching. I mean, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments section below what you think. So yeah. So don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, and also if you want to share it to somebody, you can just press the arrow or something like that. Like if you want to share it to your friends or your family, just do something like that, and also just subscribe to my channel, especially well. So yeah, well it's just Emmanuel Jones from a Big Fan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.